So I've came up with my first program in the YouTube channel. So today I will explain this program that follows OOPS concept, and at the end you will learn how the main important two features, that is inheritance and polymorphism of object oriented programming, is utilized in this program. So the objective of the program is to manage teacher and student details and stored in a list, and also it allows multiple options like add student, add teacher, and also the user can see all the student and teacher details which is stored inside the list. So first of all, this program consists of four sections. That is, first one is class people, and second one is class student, third one is class teacher, and fourth one is the main method. Okay, main section. First of all, I will explain the classes. Okay, so you can see I have used inheritance, which is one of the main features of object oriented programming. So the class student and class teacher inherits the properties and features of class people. Okay, and so this class people is called a base class, and the classes which inheriting the properties is called the derived class. So class student and class teachers are the derived class. So if I expand the base class, you will see I've created a list object students, and that is a class variable. Class variable means inside the base class I've created, if I created this inside the constructor, then it will be an instance variable that deals with the object bus. But this list object, it deals with the class itself. Okay, now you will see in this constructor, what is this constructor. So you will see this underscore underscore init underscore underscore is a constructor. In other languages, you will see the constructor is with the name of the class itself. Okay, but here the constructor is created inside the class in this method. Okay, now here you will see whatever it will contains another methods also, but you will see the method and the constructor have the first argument as self. So what is self? Self refers to the current object. As we go inside the program, you will see I have created the objects of the derived class inside the main section. Okay, now why constructor is needed? Constructor is needed to initialize the object variables rather telling instant variables. Okay, so now this is the base class, and this is the derived class, that is class student, which inherits the properties of people class. Here also I've created an constructor with the self parameter and multiple extra parameters. From and here you will see if I expand, you will see that there is a super keyword. And now what is this super keyword? Super keyword is used in program to call superclass, constructor, methods, and variables. So you will see I've with this code piece of code I've called parent class constructor. Okay, and then I've initialized some extra arguments. Okay, that is marks and email. Then inside the teacher class I've done same. Okay, I've also here also I've used superclass to call superclass constructor, and the subject and email I've a new extra arguments I've initialized. Now now I will go to the main part. There is also some content in the student and teacher class, I will come up later. Okay, now in the main part, you will see inside the main part it is a infinite loop. First of all, this condition, this if statement, is the condition of checking if this file is running directly or not. Okay, if it is not running directly, if this file is imported to another file, then this block of code will not run. But the rest of the thing will run. Okay, it will only run if the file is executed directly. Now, you will see inside this it is a while loop. Okay, I have done a menu driven program. This while loop, the purpose of creating this while loop, because it does not have any false condition. Okay, the menu will repeat multiple times until and unless the user will click choose exit option. You will see here different options I've provided, some printed statements. Because I will show you by running the program. If I run this program, python index.py, python with the file name, you will see the printed statement comes here. See, there are multiple options. The user can choose any option. Now, here I've written a code that takes user input, okay, of choice. Now, I've typecasted it, means this input function by default takes string input. Whatever the value will provided by the user, it will be considered a string. But I want to typecast. I want only the integer value. So I have typecasted it. Or else if I does not typecast it, whatever value it will take, only it will take in as a string input. Now, here it is the match case. Now, in other languages, you will see it is switch case. But here, this switch is replaced by the word match. So it is match case. Why match case is used? When we use like create menu driven programs, we generally use match case. Though there are other methods also to perform menu driven program, but I prefer to use match case. Then you will see there are different cases. Whatever the option the user will provide, according to that case, that functionality will execute. Now I will explain all the cases. No need to worry about that. First of all, expand the first case. What it does. This first case is responsible for taking user input. User input. Now take the user need to fill the student details, name, age, marks, email. All of them are taking user input. Okay. Now this is the logic for checking if duplicate student present inside the list or not. First of all, what is does, I've created a for loop and then I've checked if this p is the reference variable that points to the object inside the list. So it will check if that object email is equals to like it matches with the provided email or not. If it is match, then break statement what it does, it immediately exit the, with the help of break statement, the control will immediately exit from the loop and the program terminates. So if any duplicate is found, the record will not be stored in the list, or else so it will now not stored in the list, it will show student already exist. But if it is not stored, if it is a new student, then what it does, I've created an instant of the class student. So you will see here what I have done. I've created a reference of class type student, and in the next line I've initialized it with the help of constructor with the arguments which I have already mentioned in the constructor. Then what I have done in this part. In this part, I've accessed this student list with the help of class name in which the student list is present, because the list is created inside the class. If it is outside the class, created outside the class, then we can access that with the name only. But though it is created inside the class, then we have to access it with the help of class name only. And I've appended this object. What I have done, what this append function does in Python. Append function is responsible for adding the elements or the items inside the list from the end. Okay, so in like the number of times the user will add student, the number of then the multiple number of times it will be added to the list as an object. Now when the instance of the class student is created, it automatically the constructor will invoke. It will go to the student class, and then automatically this constructor will invoke. Okay, then I've, we will add, then it will be added to the list students. Okay, then this print statement will come student added successfully. It is also the same thing I have done for adding the teachers into the list only list. The teacher details and student details is inside inserted in the same list. Then come to the third, case 3 and case 4. What it does, search student details. How I will search student details? So you will see here I have taken an user input email of the student. Okay, then what I have done, I have called the search student method which is present inside the student class. So I have called with the help of student class name. Okay, and I've passed the parameter email which the user is provided. So what it does, it calls the search student method which is present inside the class students. So I will go to the class student, and you will see this there, here is a search student. You will see in the class student it have two methods, but one is normal method and another one is class method. This is also called a decorator. This class method is also called a decorator. We will come up with the concept of decorator in later videos. Now, what is class method? A class method is used in Python program to access class variables, that is the student list, that is the list object which we have created inside the people class. Here this is the class variable. To access this, we will use the help of, we will use class method. Okay, now if I expand, you will see in the normal function you will see self is taken as a first parameter, but here CLS is taken as the parameter. That means this method is fully related to the class itself, and this CLS refers to the class itself. Okay, to access class variable. Okay, you will see I've created a for loop to search if the, based on the email, if the student is present inside the list or not. So what it does, it this X reference variable access all the elements or objects inside the list. Then what it does, this I have used is instance function. Here what it does, it checks if this is pointing to the object, if it of class student or not. If it is not, it will ignore, means the teacher's objects are ignored, only the two student object are student list, sorry, student class are considered. Then what it does, the object, then the email of this object will be checked if the email provided by the user is matched with the object email or not. If it is, then it will call the method show details which is present inside this class only, this show detail method. I will expand later. Okay, now what this lower function does, lower function is used in Python to convert an uppercase characters into lowercase. If by mistake the user provide uppercase characters while entering the email, then it will be converted into lowercase so that the matching is done perfectly. And if the student is not found, then it will print this statement. As the same way case 4 will work. In the case 4 also I have like created, I have written the concept of searching teacher details. You will see in the teacher class also, you will see same concept is done. This class method, the same concept is done. It will work in the same way. Okay, now this is an overriding method. Here polymorphism comes into play. What this is an overriding method means, overriding means the same method with the same parameters I've created in the child class which is already present in the student class. To change or update its behavior, you will see I've printed in the parent class, I've printed through this method the name and age, but in the class in the class student we have printed. By extending this feature we have printed the age, marks and email also, and also in the teacher I've done overridden this method to print the subject and email also. Now I will run this program and show you how the all the operations will work. First of all, I choose option 1. It will tell to enter the name. Suppose Jack, Jack. The student name is Jack. Age is 26. Then marks is I think 56. And email Jack, Jack at the rate gmail.com. It will show student added successfully. Let's add a teacher. I will choose option 2. It will tell to add teacher name. Suppose Edwards, Edwards, Edwards. Then it will I will give the age, suppose 35. Then subject, suppose maths. Then it will tell to enter the email Edwards, Edwards at the rate gmail.com. Teachers details also added into the list. Now I will show all the details. Number 5, teacher and student details. You will see I forgot to show you this 5 option also. What it done, this is the concept of like showing, printing all the details of the teachers and students present in the list. It is very basic. If you do some research you will understand. Then I will choose option 3 to search student details. If I choose option 3, then it will tell to enter the email we want to search. I want to search. Suppose what I have done, Jack, Jack at the rate gmail.com. Then what it will do, it will provide the details of Jack. If again I will search the student, and if I give another email that is not present, then it will tell that student not found. Yes, same operation will work for search teacher details also. I will not execute that. Now I will press 6 to exit. Now exit. Okay, so so for today this much only, and I will come with the some difficult concept of, of object oriented programming in my next videos. So till then, bye bye.